This video will go over the American Experience Interview Project. So let's take a look at the unit objectives. Students will read about and practice effective interview strategies and ultimately conduct a productive interview of a person from whom the student desires to learn about the American experience. Students will document their preparation for and performance during the interview. Finally, students will create, following the required format, an informative and interesting American experience profile for the person whom they've interviewed. So essentially, you are going to learn about how to interview people, what sort of strategies that you need to use when you're asking people questions. You're going to document your preparation and your actual interview, and then you're going to write a profile about the person that you choose to interview. So you can see these different tasks broken down. Learn how to conduct an interview, investigate different kinds of interview questions, practice choosing and asking questions, and practice transcribing answers, choose your interview subject and prepare, and schedule and conduct the interview. Work with your notes, and then finally draft the American Experience profile. So we're going to ask you to select somebody that you know that you would like to sit down and ask at least 10 questions. And you're going to write those questions. You're going to prepare those questions. And then as your person that you've chosen answers them, you're going to practice writing down their answers that then will ultimately help you craft a profile about that person. Now, this activity is going to be really rooted in this idea of the American experience, the American dream. You're going to ask lots of questions of this person, but several of those questions are really going to be about, what they believe is the American dream. How are they, how are they experiencing that? Do they believe the American dream is true? You're going to get to ask those types of questions and ultimately write a profile about this person, essentially tell this person's story. Okay. You're going to need on your profile to have a title, a photo, a caption, and some basic, things about that person. Then in the content, the writing portion, you're going to need lots of details. You're going to want it to be personal, story-like, with a beginning, a clear middle, and then an end. You're going to want to make it interesting. What makes this, why did you choose this person? What makes that person somebody that we would want to read about? And then you're obviously going to want to make sure that it has, grammar, punctuation, spelling, sentences, all of that stuff. So the next couple of days, we're going to really prepare you for the interview. But I want you to be thinking about who is somebody that you know that maybe lives in your house or doesn't live in your house that you could sit down and talk with. Now, obviously, due to COVID, we want you to be safe. So if it's somebody outside of your home, can you conduct this over the telephone? Absolutely. You can use FaceTime or, you can call them. We don't want you to just send them a list of questions and ask them to write their answers. Your job is to really practice those speaking and listening skills of asking the questions and then writing down their answers as they're answering them. Does the person have to speak English? No. If they speak a language other than English, can you conduct the interview, in that person's native language? Absolutely. You're going to want to write, obviously, the profile in English so that all of us can read it, but you are not limited to someone who speaks English. So think about who is somebody in your life that you really want to know more about. Maybe there's a family member that you don't know a lot about. Maybe there's a neighbor, or maybe it's your boss or someone that you work with, a teacher. You want to pick someone that's older than you, somebody that's not in high school, somebody who is out of high school, who is out there maybe in the workforce, or maybe they're getting their education, somebody that you really want to know more about and write a profile. When you are thinking about this, I want you to think about, if I could really just talk to somebody that I maybe don't know much about, who would I want to talk to and what would I want to find out about that person? And at the end of this, we should have a really nice variety of profiles from our class to read and to sort of learn about how each one of us is uniquely experiencing our life in America, and ultimately how we are working towards that dream, that goal.